It's Hot 937, Hartford's #1 for hip hop and R&B. We got Joey Budden in the studio. What's going on, Joe?
Not much. How you feeling?
I'm great, Joe. Thanks.
You look great.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Joe.
No, seriously, you do.
I appreciate that, Joe.
I don't see too many women that are far along in their pregnancy as you that look as good as you.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's it's nothing to me.
Well, clearly somebody else thinks you look great because you're knocked up. So.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
we'll see. Joe.
Or maybe it was the alcohol.
Probably. I'm telling you, it was the BET Awards. I got pregnant at the BET Awards.
Oh, man.
Hey,
you know who the dad is, man?
I'm just guessing. It's probably Rick Ross or somebody. Hey, Mood Muzik 4.
Mood Muzik 4.
Out now.
Out now. In stores right this second.
Tell us about the album.
I don't really know what to say. I hate when you guys ask questions like that. It's great music.
Well, it's always really great music.
It's just great music. If you're a fan of great music and you're a fan of raw, pure, unaltered hip-hop. You know what? Lloyd Banks is on the album. Fabulous is on the album. Slaughterhouse is on the album. And it wasn't so much of a hassle. Everyone seemed, especially Lloyd Banks, who, he was working on his project at the time. He's still working on his project. Well, it's done now. It'll be out.
Yeah, it's out the
22nd. 23rd?
Yeah.
One of those days it's out. But for him to come through and just, really, really come through in a timely fashion was really big.
Yeah, but I think Lloyd, at this point in his career, really wants to make this thing happen. I think he's really excited about the fact that he's back, and I think he's working really hard.
Seems like a different, the funny thing about this is, when I came out in 2003, some of the people that I met then, that had their ways about them, I'll see them now, and they will have matured and have grown, and he's definitely one of those people. He just has a whole totally different ambiance and aura around him now, presently, than he did back then, in my opinion. And
do you think it's because he was at the time riding off the whole G-Unit 50 Cent success?
Well, I don't know. Now that point I can't comment on. I have no idea why. Who cares why? But it's the vibe that I get from him and speaking to him is that he's just really happy. He's in a really great place and he's enjoying himself. Very humble, very grounded.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Just a real cool dude, man. I feel bad that me and him had that beef all those years ago.
It's so funny now, the things like even when Sheik Luch was up here a couple weeks ago and talking about, he would work with certain people now, such as Lloyd Banks.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny when you go back and think about everything that went down in New York, at the time on the East Coast, and how everybody just hated each other, and everybody ripped into each other, and now everybody wants to work with each other again.
How corny can we be, man? Like that whole, I'm so glad that whole hate everyone, beef with everyone phase is seemingly over. I'll say seemingly because I'm not sure. But people are just about getting money and taking care of their family and making great music now. So
do you believe that all of that destroyed East Coast hip hop?
Who said East Coast hip hop is destroyed?
Okay, did it make it harder for people to come out with albums and to sell records?
Period, though, not just on the East Coast. It's difficult for people to come out with an album. Never mind sell records. I tell people all the time, in hip hop, there's really maybe only 5 superstars.
Who are the superstars? Tell them.
Well, I mean, can we bunch everybody in Young Money together?
So that's the superstars?
We've got Drake. No, we got Drake,
right.
Nicki Minaj, Lil Wayne.
Yes.
Kanye, Jay-Z.
Okay.
That's 6.
I agree.
That might be it.
I agree.
That we could argue the legends. Not to say that those Jay and they're not legends, but we could argue Outkast, 3000. We could argue some other people, but those are the 6 superstars in hip hop right now, and that's a shame. That's despicable, even. Not to knock them. I mean, there's been times in hip hop where we've had some people at the top who it was embarrassing. So I mean, clearly hip hop is in pretty good hands with these 6 people, but there's so many artists in the world. There's so many signed, unsigned. Every city, every state, every block. There's just too much music being made.
Well, that's the truth.
And
I mean,
not enough.
Some artists cannot get their music played. Period.
Exactly.
And they have some really quality music.
Exactly.
But then you'll have one of those superstars maybe have a record that's not the best record in the world that will get played because of their stardom.
Exactly.
Do you think that if all of that beef had never happened, you hadn't gone through all of those things, you know, not you in particular, but just the artists on the East Coast hadn't beefed with each other as heavily as they did, do you think that the East would be more successful today?
I couldn't say. I couldn't say. If we knew what we would learn tomorrow today, I mean, how am I supposed to answer that? I have no idea. I don't think that that's the only thing that's contributed to maybe the downfall or the demise of East Coast quote unquote hip hop. I wouldn't say that. I did a song about all of this. I did a song about all this. Who killed hip hop? Download it. Download it. It mentions all of this.
So what do you think it was? What contributed to it?
Oh, it's too many different things, in my opinion. It has much to do with the artists, much to do with the labels, much to do with the DJs, much to do with the fans, much to do with retail, much to do with television, videos. Or are there video channels anymore?
Yeah, there are videos, but they're not on like the actual video channels. They're like the videos are on like MTV2 and Fuse.
What I think is happening, and again, I could be totally wrong. I think the business part is started to, and probably still is, outweighing the music part, and that's the main concern for all parties involved.
I think that you were correct in saying that, sir.
And that's just it. So, like, it's a shame when unsigned artists approach me in the street and they say, hey, can you give me some advice? I'm an artist and this is what I'm trying to do. I say, quit.
Wow. Quit,
or stop pursuing a record deal.
So if you had to go back and do it, what would you do instead of rap? What would you be?
Oh, well, that...
Because you could never go back and have another job now. You're too famous.
No, I can definitely go get a job somewhere.
What would you be?
You gotta understand something. I make music. I mean, it's extremely profitable for me. But the day that I stop enjoying it is the day that I stop doing it.
So what will you do?
I don't know. I'll go beat off in a bathroom somewhere. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know. I couldn't say. But I definitely would go get a job somewhere. Income would have to come in. We're grown. We have to take...
Of course.
Yeah, so I mean, you're saying, what would you do? I don't know what I would do. I'm not in that position. But if I was, I would get a job.
Okay.
Not at Checkers. Let's not get it. Let's not go overboard. I wouldn't be at fast
whatever.
food, McDonald's, Applebee's or something. No disrespect to Applebee's. You guys got great food over there, but,
But it's just not going to
happen.
happen.
Mood Muzik 4 in stores now.
Okay, so Slaughterhouse.
For Joe Budden to not work at Applebee's, please go out and cop Mood Muzik 4 right now.
Yes, okay, so he doesn't have to work there.
Anyway, Slaughterhouse.
Yes, back to Slaughterhouse. You guys were all here a while back, and I know everybody keeps asking about this, and it's like so stupid, and no one ever wants to answer it anymore. But you actually have been now working with Eminem. This is the thought that I'm getting. This is the news that I'm getting. Is that not happening? Are you working with Eminem?
Who gave you that news?
Well, that's what I kind of read, the gossipy stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Are you guys working with Eminem actively?
You could say that.
Okay.
You could say that.
I think that is exciting.
It's exciting for me. Definitely makes me approach a record in a whole different light.
Really? Why?
When you know that someone as capable as Eminem is going to be on the record, you just try to...
You step up your game?
You try to outdo yourself even. So...
I was telling Joe earlier off the air that I felt that in a battle that Joe would give Eminem a run for his money.
And I said thank you.
But I truly believe that.
I appreciate that. I mean...
So in the studio...
I'm all right in that setting, in a battle setting. I don't think there's so many instances where I've just someone's gotten the best of me.
No, I don't think there has been too many instances.
Then again, it hasn't been somebody like a Eminem or hasn't been somebody who's really, really, just skilled to come at me in that arena either, though.
So when you and Eminem get together in the studio...
I would never. I would never. Let's listen. I would never.
Yeah.
And it's like, he's so cool. He's just so cool and so passionate about hip-hop. Like, just wouldn't. It's like my man's a no.
Out of the group, you could definitely give a run for his money.
I wouldn't, though. I wouldn't.
No.
I wouldn't.
I told him earlier, too, that I thought he would give Nicki Minaj, you and Nicki, I would like to see you two battle, too.
Which I thought was very interesting that you said that.
Because I think that you are, I mean, honestly, you're such an extremely talented lyricist that you could, like, you and Nicki in a battle would be just so entertaining.
I don't think it would be, though.
Why? I mean, I feel Nicki is like...
First of all, let me just say, like I told you earlier off the air, I personally feel like Nicki Minaj can out-rap the majority of male MCs. I don't feel that I'm one of those people, though.
I understand.
Yeah, but no, she's great. She's great.
She's just so impressive.
Very, very talented. Very. She's great. And again, sweetest girl in the world when I met her.
She's very nice.
So I mean, you just gotta be so happy for these people who are, you know, same with Drake, same with, you know, anytime I've ever seen Wayne, all the people at the top, like Kanye, they just seem, you know, it might be good with the phony button. I mean, I don't know, but they just seem like very cool, grounded,
genuine people.
Yes, sincere, genuine people. So
yeah,
shout out to all of them.
So, who are some artists that you want to work with? Because I know you're working with Eminem now. So, who are some other
I
artists?
want to work with everybody. Like for so many years, I was on my F everybody tip, where you know I just wouldn't work with anybody. Then now I'm just open to work with everybody.
So, will Dre be any way involved in this situation with you guys? You think, or
it's too premature to say. I mean, that would be splendid.
Right.
I'd love for that to happen.
Now, let me ask you a question, because you get so much press for being silly, funny. You have your website, and you've made some female stars on that website.
JoeBuddenTV.com.
And then you have this side where, you know, you were arrested, and just recently over your child support.
I wasn't arrested recently.
Oh, you weren't arrested?
Nah, you gotta find me, baby.
Okay, the news that I got was that you were. I apologize that if I was wrong about that.
Because you get your news from the rinky-dinky
Well, you
sources.
know, whatever. My point just being, do you ever get embarrassed about that type of news? Do you get, what do you think about that at the end of the day?
I don't think much about it at all. And I'm not easily embarrassed.
No.
But that's me, because I can really care less about what anyone else thinks.
Right.
But I can see how the predicament would be embarrassing to people.
Okay.
I could definitely see that.
Because it's interesting. It's like, because of your name, we talk about it. And we say, oh, well, Joe, you know, New Jersey authorities, whatever else, because we are interested in your life, because you're a star and we talk about you anyway. So I'm just wondering, you know, at the end of the day, if any of that ever just...
No. The people that matter don't mind. The people that mind don't matter.
Okay, I guess that I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Joe, I feel...
I'm sorry I don't have any juicy gossip that I'm...
No, that was about it for me.
This is probably one of our
tamest.
Yeah, you took the word out of my mouth.
You know why? Because I think that we need to focus on the music right now.
That's good.
And it's about the music and Mood Muzik 4.
I agree with that.
And when will another Slaughterhouse album come out again?
2011, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, will you, let me ask you, I know that as a group that you guys are planning on signing with Eminem, but will you individually sign with him, do you think, or no?
That's something that's being discussed now, just the idea. I'm not sure if I would do that, though.
Why?
I don't know that I want to be signed anywhere, to be perfectly honest with you.
Because what do you feel like if you're signed, people are going to try to control your music?
No.
Well, what?
I just don't know if Joe Budden, the solo artist, wants to be signed anywhere at all.
I just really think that I love the fact that you talk in third person now.
Yeah, I know that like I've been saying that for quite some time. That is my, you know, my ultimate goal. You know, is for Slaughterhouse to have our situation, and me just not have any situation at all.
Well, good luck to you, Joe.
Thank you, Jenny, and good luck to you and Maximus, your unborn child.
Oh, thank you. All right, it's Hot 937.